Hi friends, Dean here with Escape to Gaming. Today is going to be another video response. I was planning on doing this last weekend and there's always projects that come up. I've got a lot of work I'm trying to do before we take off on vacation, so it's been kind of a hectic process. But this is a good one. I had a friend of mine who's followed me. He watched one of my Xbox 360 collection videos, and he's got a bunch of ones he's done in his Xbox 360 collection and other collections as well. So he's someone new I've been following. I'll have a link for his video below, and it's a good channel. He's someone who's very sincere. He's fairly new to some aspects of game collecting, so he's been really working hard like I am, trying to build his collection up before it's too late. And he's got just a very straightforward, down-to-earth way of looking at his collections, and he's like me. He gets very passionate about the games that he's into and what have you. But his channel is called Couch Potato, which I thought was a great name because I'm certainly a couch potato myself. But he has 10 things. They're kind of like 10 pet peeves of game collecting, and I thought it was really good because it resonated with me because I have a lot of these same pet peeves. It drives me nuts. I try not to be negative and complain and whine about it, but I thought it was something that'd be worth. I'd like to just add my spin to it. I'm going to list him off as he had it. Now, apparently he did some kind of a survey on, I don't know, Twitter or Facebook or something, asking other friends of his and game collectors, what are your pet peeves? And then he kind of came up with this hierarchy. He's got a 1 through 10 thing here. Let me put my old man reading glasses on. First one he's got, I'm going to read each of his points, his 1 to 10 points, and then I'll add a few of my own at the end. First one he has, especially with game collecting, where you're trying to get something or sell something, is low ballers and cheapskates. This is something you see a lot of. You're trying to sell something. Now, I have never tried to sell a game that I know of yet. I don't think I've ever sold a game on eBay that I can think of. I might have sold one, possibly. I had an extra copy of something, and I put it on there to sell it. And I asked a very modest price. In fact, I always look at eBay, kind of see what they're going for, and I'll throw out like an average price based on what I think it is. If it's in good condition and it's complete, I'll say, yeah, a few light scratches. It's in good condition. I won't say excellent or mint unless it really is mint. But you'll have people that are trying to buy your products. Now on eBay, I just do a buy it now. I don't like the bidding thing because it's up and down. And the minute people start bidding, now your thing is $20. Now people are bidding at 40, 60 bucks or whatever. It gets out of control. So I prefer the buy it nows myself. But you'll have people, and I'll see this mostly. I'll see it in regards to going in some of the retro game stores locally here, and I'll be kind of just listening in, and there'll be a guy. They're like, "Well, here, I'll give you $10 for this game." The guy wants $27.99 for it, and then some guy's going, "Well, it's not worth that. I'll give you $10." The guy goes, "Dude, this is what the price is. If you want it, this is the price." But it's amazing. I went with my friend Steve Baker a year ago or so. We went to San Jose to kind of really nice little outdoor thing in someone's backyard. A lot of local Bay Area, San Francisco area game collectors. Some of them were big YouTubers I saw there, and it was fun. It was nice. In fact, I only had like 20 or 25 bucks, so I got like Road Rash Jailbreak I had always wanted. I found a copy of that there, and I found some PS1 tall box games. A couple I got cheap, and I asked the guy. There was one guy out there, and he had a few games. I just didn't have enough for all of them. I said, "Look, I've only got 20 bucks. Would you take $20 for these 3 games or whatever?" And he said, "Sure." I wasn't doing it to lowball. I was like, "That's all the money I had." I just said, "Well, I'll ask. If he says no, then I'll have to put one back. It is what it is." I try to be reasonable. I've never been greedy where, "That's outrageous. I'll give you $5 for it." I mean, people go to yard sales and you'll see this dynamic. It's like, my neighbor passed away, the poor guy that died. It's been a few years now, about a year after we bought this house, maybe 3-4 years ago. Poor lady there wanted to have a yard sale, and I knew the guy was a game collector as well as a movie collector. Had a lot of DVDs and stuff, and I just asked. I said, "Before you have your big thing," I said, "could I just kind of go through and look, and just to kind of get first dibs on some of the stuff there, and whatever you want for it you think is a fair price, I'll be happy to give you." And she said, "Fine, yeah, I'll give you, a little run through, go through. In fact, I already kind of have stuff set aside that I'm going to be selling, and So I very respectfully went in the house. I felt terrible. I mean, part of me, and you can see I have a pickup video from years ago. It's a lot of empathy in the video. It's got a lot of emotion in it because to me it was sacred. I'm taking another fellow's who died of a heart attack, and it could be me. I could die of a heart attack, and my wife could be putting my stuff for sale. With my heart conditions, it's possible. And I try to put myself in someone else's place. So it was you can see she was in a lot of pain, but poor gal didn't have much money. In fact, she had to move out of the place. She couldn't even afford the rent there. I felt so bad. I wish I could have done more. So I paid top dollar. In fact, I even threw in a few bucks extra because I felt bad. And she gave me a great deal. And I have autographed original Star Trek picture from James Doohan. She practically gave me that. My Coca-Cola lamp. Got a lot of PS1 games, and some of them were missing, the original cases and stuff. But I didn't care. I was just happy to have those things in my collection, and I paid what it was worth. But what's funny is after I bought all those things, she had the yard sale the next following day, and I happened to go by. In fact, I went to pick something up. Her son was there, and I knew he was going to bring a PS1, which I bought off him, and a few other things. I think it was missing the power pack or the power cord or something, but I bought it anyway. Gave me a good deal on it. So I went over there to pick a few things up from him because I knew her son was going to be selling some gaming PlayStation 1 and 2 stuff. So I went over there and I'm listening to other people there, and they're just like trying to chisel her down. It's like she's got the stuff like dirt cheap, Well, I'll give you $1 for it, She's asking $5 for it. It's like, and she said, no, I'm sorry, I really need a little bit more for this one. This is, kind of a nice collectible, and I don't want to let it go that cheap. And it's just, I hate cheapskates. And they got money. Some of them driving up in a brand new Infiniti, a $60,000 car, and they're trying to grind her down $1 or a couple bucks on something. It's like, just pay her what she wants for it. There's certain people that just love to haggle, and if someone sees a game, and it's like that, it is what it is. I wouldn't do that. Like I said, I only did it at that one place because in San Jose because I had limited funds and I really wanted it bad. I said, I'll just throw it out there. If he says no, that's fine. And it's funny. And on the way home, Steve goes, "God, you should have told me. I gladly would have kicked you another $20 or something to get some more of those games." That's okay. I didn't want to. I was happy to be there, to kind of be in the environment. It was fun, and I got a couple nice things, I try to be respectful of people, but my God, lowballers and chiselers. You'll see in the retro game stores, they're always trying to grind them. And the guy just behind the counter, no, this is what it is. And, in fact, he had a game that I really wanted, and it was really expensive. And I've been trying to get this game and this is a holy grail for me. Now, it's not a particularly well-received game. I think today it's more popular than it's ever been. But that's this Predator Concrete Jungle. This was a major holy grail. I've been looking for over 3 years for this. My local Dimples had a copy for $27.99, but it was missing the fucking manual. This game, you want to have the manual. You want to have it. So I finally went down to my little retro store my friend Steve told me about here in town, in Carmichael, or Fair Oaks, or wherever it is. They had a copy of this, and the price was high, but I knew they were having a sale. So I went back like a week later when they had the sale, and it was marked down. In fact, they marked it down to close to what Dimples was. I think it was like $27, $28. So it was real close to what the Dimples was, but it had the manual. And I wanted this manual. Because this is a really hard game. There's a lot to this, and you're going to need this manual. You're going to want this manual. Especially some of these older games, because and it's a beautiful manual. It's just nice to have the whole damn thing. I don't want to do that. And I almost bought it at Dimples. I said, well, then I'll go and I'll, maybe later on I can look and, find the manual. But it worked out fine. I ended up getting the game. I paid a lot more for it. Now, I could have said, I'll give you $15 for it, But, it's a retail place. The guy's paying rent to have this place, and he's going to pay for his electricity and his employees. And so I try to respect people that I know are having a struggling little mom and pop business. I have no problem paying them what they want for it. But my days of doing that are gone. In fact, I haven't been by that store in a long time. They get a lot of PS1 games. I got like the Die Hard trilogy and some really good games that I'd wanted for some time. I think they had something else there that I wanted. Oh, they had that Auto Modelista too. Now that was one that they had 2 copies. They were very expensive. They brought the price down by like $10. I waited for a sale. I went back and I bought one of them. In fact, one of them they had sold. They had one copy left, and I got a good deal on it. So I paid more than probably what I should have, but I was just happy to have it. So, but anyway, that's his thing. Low ballers. He doesn't like that when he's selling something and then someone says, "I'll give you this for it," and it's like, dude, you know what the price is. You go online on eBay, people are asking more for it. Don't grind, chisel someone down. And then when they do, then they brag about it on their Facebook groups. Yeah, I only paid $5 for this. The guy wanted 30. It's like, come on, man, really. Second one he has is this is one that I just mentioned: missing manuals and slash the condition of games. Now, on some of the Xbox 360 games, especially the later ones, late in the cycle of the 360, the manuals were almost non-existent, or they were more like the warning sheets for epileptic seizures and stuff like that. But there's really wasn't much in the way of instructions. Sometimes there'd just be like a single page with just showing the controller and showing what the button mapping is. But sometimes those I don't mind them as much. And there even some 360 games and PlayStation 3 games actually did have very good manuals, instructive, full color or even black and white, and are well worth it. So I'm flexible with that kind of stuff. I have a lot of loose cards, my Sega Genesis and Super NES, and I don't lose sleep over those because I, as a Super NES collector who bought many of them brand new, I threw the boxes out. It took up too much space. I kept them initially, and I liked the artwork and everything, but I think I eventually got like a little kind of a Rubbermaid plastic bin for them, and I just kind of all had them all stacked, just the disc, and then I had like a little cigar box. I think I put all my little manuals, and I kept the manuals, but I threw the boxes out. The beauty of that today is they have people that create the N64 boxes and Super NES boxes that are kind of like recreating them, and I think that's very cool. That way you can collect them, or if you get one of the crushed box or it's missing a box or whatever, you can get it. But that certainly is something that I think is pretty cool. You can get those, but so I try to be reasonable. I mean, loose cards, you can pay full price. It's a lot more money to buy some of those Super NES games if they have the box manual. But missing manuals is a pet peeve of mine. I mean, a lot of games, I just won't touch them. My friend Jeremy will say, Dean, I got this game right in front of me, but it's missing the manual. Do you want me to get that? Or you can get the PS3 one that has the manual. Go ahead and get the PS3 one, I try to be flexible with some of the formats. At this point, I'm just happy to have the game. I don't want to worry about, like Dirt Showdown, I could not find on the Xbox 360 for like a year or so. Finally found a clean PS3 version. I said, I'll buy it on the PS3, even though I have all the other Dirt games on the 360. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Unless I know that the one version has like real bad screen tearing. Like right now I've got Aliens vs. Predator. I've got for the Xbox 360, the PlayStation 3, but I've heard that version has a lot more screen tearing and stuff. So I have my friend Jeremy looking for an Xbox 360 version just on that particular game because it's such a great game. At the end of the day, I mean, I can play the PlayStation 3 copy. It's not the end of the world, but missing manuals is one of my big pet peeves. I mean, to me, I like a complete game. Now, I don't care about, it doesn't have the official, sticker on the cover. I don't give a shit about that. I could give a shit if it has the warranty cards and all that stuff. It's nice if it has it, but I don't lose sleep over that kind of stuff. Now, he mentioned also the condition of games. Now, this is something that's a real pet peeve. In fact, when I went to that San Jose thing, my God, some of those games were just, I can't even imagine. If I wanted to fuck a disc up, I don't even know how I would go about it. Maybe grind it into my my concrete, driveway. I mean, I don't know what people do to scratch these things up. I remember when CDs first came out, a lot of my friends had CDs, and you go for a ride to go to a bar or something with them. Oh, here, let me move the stuff out. And they just like knock it onto the floor. There's CD discs, they're not even in the cases, they're all over the floor, being ground into the gravel and sand and the floor mats. And I just like, dude, you're putting these in the case. Oh, they're just CDs, dude, Then when he goes to play them, the fucking things are skipping constantly. It's like, God, would it kill you to put them back in the case? I'm just real anal that way. I like, to me, I always handle them with my records. I had vinyl records, which I don't have anymore. Always handle them from the edges. I'd never get my fingers on them or get dust on them. My games, I mean, I have a few games where I probably get a couple light scratches by accidentally hitting kind of the disc tray drawer a little bit as it went into the, the PS2 disc tray. So maybe it didn't go in as gracefully as it could have, and you get a couple very light scratches. It's acceptable, and I don't mind a few light scratches, but when you get really bad gouges, I mean, the game won't fucking play or install, or you get halfway into the game and then all of a sudden there's a major glitch because someone treated the thing, it's like, I don't know, it's just, for me, the condition of games, it's like, take care of your shit, and then if you're going to pass it on to someone, take care of it. Sometimes the games themselves are just, again, just I don't know. I don't. And the same with consoles. I'll look at consoles and people will say, "Yeah, I just got this, original Xbox for $40," and my God, it's like, what did you drag it behind a fucking ski boat and then went over a coral reef with it and dragged it over the reef and then took it up and, let the water and the sand dump? I mean, I don't understand how people can get these consoles so scratched up, and they're filthy. You see the fucking vents on the side and the top are just caked with dirt. It's like, would it kill you to clean the thing before you sell it? Really? I mean, so people are bragging, oh yeah, I got this for $40, $50. And it's like, yeah, it's nice that he cleaned it up for you, but anyway, the third one he has is, this is an interesting one. For me, I don't see it as, it's not a problem for me, but I can see for some collectors, is having that addiction that is, the dopamine drip feed that you can't stop, and you become like a compulsive gambler and you're spending all your money on games. Now, this is the problem I had with the Commodore 64. I became such a fanatic about it. I'd go every Friday after work and I was buying not one but typically 2 or more games a week, and at $50 a pop back in 1987, that was a lot of fucking money. A lot of them would be paying $150 a game today, and buying 2 of them would be like paying $300 out of your hard-earned paycheck. So I remember my ex-wife at the time wasn't real thrilled about that. And back then, you didn't know. You'd buy the game, and it was a piece of shit, terrible. So, oh, God, right away you knew it was just a bad game. Like, oh, I'm not going to have fun with this at all. And you kind of force yourself to play it because you spent a whopping $40 or $50 on it, but... so for me, like I just mentioned in my last rant, I spend less than 5% of my income. So I don't have that problem now. But for some people, they become very addicted, and they can't stop spending. And they go to these gaming conventions, and they go, I'm only going to spend $50. And they end up, going to their ATM machine and pulling out $300 because there's something that they got to have. And then once they have it, it's like, oh, well, I'm going to make my car payment now. Again, I don't have that problem, but I could see some people could have it. Number 4, he has, what does he have? Oh, viewing collections as investments. Now, this is an interesting one. Some people do view and they base a lot of their decisions in buying based on the fact that it's, oh, this is a valuable game. I'm going to buy this game. It's going to go up in price, And I've never looked at games that way. In fact, when I buy, I had people that were mortified when I said, oh, Dean, you took that fucking Sideshow Snake Plissken collectible out of the box. It's getting dusty. You should keep that in the original packaging, and it's worth much more. And I'm like, dude, I bought it to take it out of the box. I mean, I'm surprised I haven't thrown the box out altogether. At least I was smart enough to hang on to the box. It's a beautiful box, the packaging itself. And it has all these little plastic bins. I keep the extra sets of hands and weapons and all that shit in. But to me, it's like I don't buy things as investments. And then, it's like people with factory sealed things, oh, it's factory sealed, and they, so like, God forbid. And I have people, you'll see them in the Xbox groups or whatever, and should I unwrap it? I really want to play the game, and I can't find another copy to play, and everyone's like, God, don't do it, you'll ruin the value of it. It's like, dude, it's a game, you bought it to play, rip that fucking plastic off and play it. I have no problem. I just took that rare Ferrari Legends or whatever the hell it is. That game's going up in price for the Xbox 360. It has an official licensed Ferrari, little metallic sticker on the cellophane, which I cut that out and kind of put it inside the manual because it was kind of a neat little sticker. I probably ruined the value of the game. I didn't give a shit. Look, I want to play the fucking game. I don't care about the value, but people go apeshit over this stuff. They take it a little too seriously, I think, in my opinion, and they base a lot of it on investments. Good example I have right here. these drag racing games. IHRA Drag Racing Sportsman Edition. Now, this game is going upwards of $100 now. Now, what's sad is I'm a big drag racer in real life. I've built so many drag cars, and I spent a lot of my weekends drag racing in Los Angeles, doing it illegally on the streets and going up to Palmdale, California, to the track up there, to Bakersfield at Formosa. So I'm a big drag racer. So when I saw this, I wanted this for me. I didn't buy it because, oh, it's a collectible. It's going to be worth hundreds someday, you know. I didn't care about that. In fact, I bought the other ones. I got this 2005 and 2004 drag racing one as well. To me, they're all equally as valuable. I don't see any. In fact, they're all very much the same. There's something a little extra. You get a few extra cars or something in this, you know, which makes it. But because it was a low production number, I guess it's worth a fucking fortune. You know, and I got a really good copy. Super clean, all complete. It has the registration cards and all the bullshit. You know, I mean, manual and everything. It's in excellent shape. And I got this, I think, for 30, maybe $40. I think I paid 35 or 40 for this only because I wanted it. That's a lot of money. In fact, that was a year ago when I bought this. And since then, I've stopped spending those kind of prices. And my friend Jeremy's helping me to find many of these games. A lot of games he can't, Dean. I mean, I can get you that game, but it's going to be 30, $40. And if it's something I really want, that's kind of borderline for me. I'll spend $30, $40 tops if it's something I really want. I got Call of Cthulhu for like $13. That game, in mint, perfect condition, perfect case and manual. It had a bunch of stickers on it. I cleaned them off, but it's in great shape. But everyone's like, oh God, you got this game, it's worth so much. It's like, dude, I didn't buy it because it's collectible. I bought it because I love drag racing and I love the game. I've already put this in and played it and had a lot of fun with this on one of my older Xboxes. You know, but I went and bought the other ones, which are dirt cheap because apparently these aren't worth anything. These are like, you know, $7 to $10 each, and then this is worth hundreds. You know, it's like, I don't buy them as investments, but you know, there's people that do, and you know, I don't want to bag on people that decide to buy their games as investments, but you know, it is what it is. I'm not buying them as investments. To me, it's something I buy the games because I want them. What's sad is there's a couple games I want, like the Outrun, you know, Coast to Coast 2006. I'd love to have that game because I'm an enormous Outrun fan, but I can't pay $100 for it. You know, or Operation Genesis, you know, the Jurassic Park game on the original Xbox. I'm not going to pay that kind of money. I just won't do it. So, people, you buy them as investments, you know. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I mean, some people are spending a lot of money, and certainly it's nice to know that something that you're buying is going to go up in price someday. So if my wife ever needs it, if I croak of a heart attack, you know, she can sell us stuff that maybe she can recoup that bucks, and she'll make the $40 off that Sportsman Edition drag racing game. Maybe she can double her money and have an extra $30 or $40. That's fine. I mean, I can see why people do it, but to buy things only as an investment, or then to buy them all up. The guy has 3 copies and he buys all of them. He's trying to corner the market so you can put them on eBay and get twice as much for them. I have a problem with that, but that's another story. Number 5, let's see, this is, stickers on cases and games. Now this is something that I did a really good video, which in fact I'll have a link to it below for those that are curious, because it's really the best kept secret, and that's using rubber cement thinner to get those stickers off. In fact, I found a copy of Test Drive Eve of Destruction. That game is going up in value. I found that game for $12.99, $13. It had a little corner, was ripped off on the manual. But you know, the manual's there. To me, see, even that doesn't bother me. It's like, it's just the corner of it. I can have all the pages and instructions, even if the front cover was completely missing, as long as I can read the instructions and I'm happy. Yeah, I'd prefer having a more intact manual if possible, but I don't lose sleep over it, you know. I don't even care if the box is a little worn or tattered. So stickers are no problem. In fact, the minute a game comes home, before I even take a picture and put it on Facebook and Twitter, I use my rubber cement thinner and I get those fucking stickers off. And I had that, what's funny is that Test Drive Eve of Destruction, And what probably kept people from buying is it was plastered with stickers. There were like 3 generations of GameStop stickers on there. They had already polished the disc out, so they got the scratches out. The disc is in perfect shape. Like I said, the manual had a little torn corner, but nothing bad. And there were even stickers on the paper, inner sleeve. And I got that off with rubber cement thinner. Everyone's, oh, you use Goo Gone. That Goo Gone will destroy printed material. You got to be careful with that stuff. And some things, you can use certain thinners as well, but they'll haze the plastic on the case. They'll ruin, the PS1 clear plastic cases. They'll dull them and haze them. So you can be very careful. Rubber cement thinner is the best kept secret. I put it in all these groups. Everyone's, oh, use this, use WD-40. I use Goo Gone. Oh, it's like, even I remember Clint from Lazy Game Reviews. He posted he used Goo Gone or something, and I meant well. I wasn't trying to troll him, and I just said, oh, dude, really, it's something much better. You'll love it once you try it. Tries his rubber cement thinner, and I mentioned it to him on Twitter as well as on his YouTube video. And he took offense. Well, I guess that's the last time I do a product video, because people come up and come back with me with all this shit and trolling me, and it's like, dude, no one's trying to troll you. I'm trying to help you out here. You're using a product that is limited. It works to some degree, but you're going to ruin some of your shit. You want something that's safe, you can listen to someone that knows what the fuck he's talking about. But God forbid. But anyway, I'm getting off topic here, but stickers are not a problem. I don't care how old and crusty. In fact, I have a PlayStation 1 game I got from my neighbor that passed away. My Agile Warrior had this giant round yellow sticker, and it was a very aggressive sticker. I mean, most people wouldn't even attempt to pull it off. I got it completely off with rubber cement thinner. You'd never know it was there. And this is on the paper printed PS1, like a printed cardboard sleeve, and I got it off. So the shit works. It's a miracle. But, people will still, I use Goo Gone, you know what you're talking about. That stuff sounds too caustic to me. I'm like, well, you can either listen to someone that knows, because I was in the graphic arts business. That's what it's designed for. It's designed for taking off, like, old yellowing Scotch tape on old rare photographs. So before you'd airbrush a photo, you'd use rubber cement thinner to get the old yellowing, hard to get off Scotch tape, and then the sticky residue from behind it. But it works really good. But yeah, stickers are a pet peeve, but for me it's not a problem. What is a pet peeve is I'll watch people's collection videos. Yeah, I got this game and it's got stickers all over. It's like, God, it's like I can't get past the stickers. Like, God, would it kill you to take the stickers off before showing it in your game? I heard someone recently, I think it was John Hancock, said he likes the stickers because it dates, at least like price stickers, because it shows, oh, look, you got this at Toys R Us or KB Toys for $29.99 when it was new and whatever. And I guess I can see that, but for me, I don't like the stickers. It's the first thing I do is get those stickers out. Number 6, buying up all the copies so that they can inflate the prices. I just kind of mentioned that a minute ago. Yeah, that pisses me off. And I've been to places and seen people buying up all the copies of something as if they're cornering the market, or there's only 2 or 3 copies and they buy them all. It's like, well, gee, thanks, dude. I'm glad you have. Or maybe because they wanted all the variants, they bought every copy. And then when I want to buy one, it's like, no, there's nothing here. I just want the game. I don't even care if it's greatest hits, if it's a platinum one. I mean, some people go crazy. I gotta have the original black and green Xbox. I don't like these platinum hits things. It's like, I don't care. As long as it's the fucking game. Yeah, it'd be nice to have them all match on the shelf, I guess. I mean, I see people's deal on that, but people that buy up all the copies so they can put them on eBay and corner the market, it's just insane. I saw someone selling a copy of Return Fire for the PlayStation 1 factory sealed for $340. So I go, my God. That's when I asked Mark Bussler at Classic Game Room. I said, I've never done it before. Because initially I was going to donate the games, I was like to loan them, I was hoping to get the games back, and then after I sent them, they go, well, we prefer to just kind of keep them, it's kind of a hassle for us to send them back, and I go, that's okay, I guess keep them then, don't worry about it, I just be happy to have Mark review them. But there was one game I wanted that Return Fire back, because I said, there's no way I'm spending hundreds of dollars to have that game back, and it's one of my favorite PlayStation 1 games, so I kind of sheepishly sent him an email, and I said, dude, I hate to ask, I don't want to be like an Indian giver, but this one game, only because it's so expensive, and I'd like to have it back, and I'd like to have the game back. Could you send it? And it was just the disc itself in a plastic case. I had cut the manual down and made my own little jewel case, even though it was in a tall box initially. Then my friend Steve goes, dude, I found you. Someone's selling just the box and the manual for that game. It's missing the disc. I go, oh, that'd be great. So I bought that on eBay. It cost me some bucks and repaired it. Had the adhesive was kind of splitting on the outside of the box, and I put some thin 3M double-sided tape in there and fixed the stuff that was delaminating and have the manual. Now it looks like a nice all original thing. So I'm happy to have that back in my collection. But people that do that buy them all up, and just I don't like greed. I don't like that people trying to corner the market so they can. I saw guys do that in the car clubs and Chrysler clubs. They go to the wrecking yards and they buy up all the 3-speaker dash pads for e-bodies, which are Challengers or Cudas, and they just buy them up, all of them up. You need to get all of them? You couldn't save one for me so I could repair my Challenger? No, I have to wait and go to the Long Beach swap meet, the Veterans Stadium swap meet, and then pay $350 for something I could have paid 40 or 50 bucks for at the wrecking yard. So you can line your pockets. That's why I got out of the car thing. I got out of it. The fucking greed. Don't even get me going on that. I got so fucked on a whole car. The guy screwed me out of a car that's worth thousands of dollars. I actually gave him a running good car plus all the parts for it, and he screwed me and stole all of it, and then he took all the parts that I stored in his place to fix the car up that he was going to fix, and he literally sold all my parts for 4 or 5 times what they were worth, and I stopped going to the swap meet because I thought I'd kill him. As if I see that guy, I'll take up a 446-pack intake manifold and I'll just bring it down over his head like Moses in the Ten Commandments, and that'll be it. And I'll be doing time up in San Quentin, and I can't do it. So I got out of cars. I actually got out of the Chrysler hobby because of assholes that were greedy. And so now I'm seeing the same dynamic in gaming and other things. Just no matter where you go, there's assholes, which is unfortunate. Let's see how. Number 7, the CIB, complete in box. What is complete in box for others? And this is interesting. Now, like I'm missing complete in box. I bought these two when I first started collecting for the PlayStation 2. Oh look, Manhunt 2. I missed that one, so I bought it. And at the time, it was missing the manual. So now I got to find the manuals for these. I got Manhunt 2, which I'll probably have to buy the whole game just to get the manual. And the same with Twisted Metal Black. Again, I don't care that it's a greatest hits thing. That's fine. My original one I bought was just the black case, but it's missing the manual, and I would like to have the manual. These are the only 2 games I have for 6th gen that are missing the manuals that I know of. So, and I'll find them one way or another. But some people are fanatical about, like someone bought this Coast to Coast. They found a copy of the Outrun Coast to Coast game for the original Xbox, and they were so thrilled. And the guy goes, yeah, but it's missing the official sticker on the cover. It's not worth anything without that sticker. And it's like, so I guess, the guy, he thought he was buying it all complete and that it's missing the fucking sticker. So now it's worth dirt in the eyes of collectors. I mean, give me a fucking break. Who cares? It's got the game. If it has the manual in it and the thing. But there's some people that are fanatical about that. It has to have their stickers. I have some, the Sith edition of, I don't know, one of the Star Wars games, Force Unleashed or something of the PlayStation 3. I think it's missing one of the little playing cards that comes with the random playing card. Who cares? Personally, I don't. Now, I know for those that collect, and there's other guys that have have 100 copies of that game just so they can have all of the variants of the stick or the little playing cards that have all the Star Wars characters. And if that's your thing and you can afford it and want to spend years, disproportionate amount of your life trying to go after those little nuances, and it means something to you, that's fine. But I don't know. To me, complete in boxes, if it has the manual, the disc, in the original case, it's complete. But there's some people that like to have, it has to have the foldable, like the PlayStation 2, I know the variants for for the Xbox, GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas, those do come with a nice fold-out map. Now, I do like having the map. In fact, I just bought, recently, I bought this manual for only like $5. With shipping, it was like $7. I got this Godfather 2 book, and on the back, I didn't even realize it until later, on the back it says comes with a fold-out fold-out poster with all of the maps of Miami and New York and Cuba on it, and it's like, oh shit! And I opened it up, and sure as hell, it's been torn out. You can see the little edge where it's been ripped out. And it's like, so I bought it with it, but what do you want for fucking $5? I could have spent 20 something to get it, probably complete with the original fucking booklet. Now my other one for The Godfather 1 has the original map. It's still in there. And my Scarface one I bought had the map. In fact, I tore it out just to get it out of there and look at it. But, some people would go nuts. I felt kind of bummed out that the map wasn't there. But, if I want another one, I can always go buy another one and spend the 20 fucking bucks for it. But frankly, all the maps are already in the book. They're just, you can see them bigger on a big poster. But so people can go ape shit over that and then split hairs over, it's not complete in box, doesn't have the registration cards, doesn't have that sticker on it, And it's like, if that's your thing, that's fine for me. I don't, lose sleep over it. 8, this is one that we kind of mentioned, but it's a good one. He's got dirty condition games, or frankly, just filth on them. Buying a fat PlayStation 2, and you open it up, and there's like a fucking family of cockroaches in it that fall out of it, probably dead, obviously, but it's disgusting. You buy it, and there's like generations of, guy smokes Jackie Gleason 5 packs a day, he's smoked in front of it, and it just reeks of cigarette smoke. It's got a yellow tinge or film over it. I've picked up some controllers that are just like sticky. Dimples will typically clean they'll wipe them down. They don't do as thorough a job as I would do, but at least they wipe the dust off them. So when you buy an Xbox, it looks pretty clean. I can get in there with a toothbrush and lovingly clean out all the vents and make it even more perfect, but at least they'll kind of clean them up. But my God, what are people doing with these? And also, my friend, the couch potato guy, he mentioned, it looks like someone literally wiped their ass. It looks like there's shit smears on the manuals and the games, and that's really disgusting. If that's the case, in fact, what's funny is when I got this Godfather 2 book, someone had been eating tacos or something, and there was like food encrusted, like food stains on this. So I took some Windex, and I thoroughly cleaned the inside and out of this before I'd even touch it and go through it, because it was gross. It wasn't even packaged nice. It was in like a real thin thing. It was all bent up in my mailbox, and it's like, to me, it's just a manual. These I don't really care too much about. As long as it has all the pages and I can see the strategies and the maps and everything, I'm happy. Yeah, would I like to have it in better shape? Of course, but it is what it is. But my God, the filth on deals. I see a lot of people in the Facebook groups. Oh yeah, I'm selling this TV or this old console, or it's a Super NES. And my God, the filth on the controllers and everything is so gross. I remember Solid Rev bought a PlayStation 3, and he had like rubber gloves on, like he was a fucking is at a crime scene or something with the thing, and he's showing how he has to clean out all the crevices and everything. It was disgusting. It's like, it's gross, man. Just clean your shit up. Take some Windex or some rubbing alcohol or whatever, and just clean the shit up. Or some simple green on a damp, terry towel or microfiber thing, and clean it all up. That way you feel good. The people buying it feel good. I went to that San Jose thing, and my God, the conditions of the games were just terrible and just crap. Food and garbage and filth on them. It's like, clean this shit up. Aren't you embarrassed to sell this stuff? I hate to see what their inside of their cars or their kitchens or homes look like, but, it takes all kinds. Not everyone is as anal or retentive. My place, you can eat off my engine compartment of my cars. You can eat off the floors of my home. And just everything we clean, and everything is immaculate, dust-free. I had Steve in my game room the other day. Baker came by, and it's like, I'm apologizing for the dust on the shelves. I said, dude, it's okay. It doesn't mean anything. I don't care. But it's like, I feel like I'm just embarrassed. Like, I hate to see it. My game room's filthy, and I go in the place is neat and clean, but it's just a light layer of dust and everything, But I like to take the time and take everything off the shelves and lovingly wipe the shelves down, the tops of all my game boxes, and that's just me. But I don't understand this filth and garbage when you're selling your stuff, especially. Come on, have a little respect. We're human beings, not animals. This separates us from the animal kingdom, is we can keep clean and organized. Would it kill you to clean things up? Jeez. He's got number 9. He's got console fanboys. Now, this is an interesting one, man. This is kind of a sore subject for me. I belong to a couple Xbox groups, a couple groups on Facebook, and I recently left the groups and I love those original Xbox groups. But a lot of them, because of the advent of this backwards compatibility on the Xbox One, I mean, I started seeing like 50% of the posts are all about the Xbox One, and here now I'm going to buy this game, and now the games are going up in price because they're backwards compatible games or whatever, you know. Like, you're really buying a digital game. All it does is it gets you a free game by owning the original copy, but whatever. I just went and downloaded SSX3. I was happy to pay the $10 for it, you know. It's a digital version. It's, you know, that's what you have to get in the end anyway. I mean, you can technically get it free on the Xbox One. If you have the game, you put it in it basically as a key, so you get the free download. But you're still, in the end of the day, it's really not backwards compatible. You're really getting a digital down version of that game that's compatible on the Xbox One. But I mentioned, someone in one of my comments had mentioned, oh, Dean, yeah, you can't even save your progress on those backwards compatible Xbox 360 games without going onto the Microsoft cloud. And to me, that was a deal breaker. I will not get the Xbox One now. Now, supposedly, I think you can, the original Xbox games, you can save locally to the hard drive. So at least that's a good thing. It makes it a little bit more appealing to get one, but it bothers me that all the 360 games, which I certainly would love to play and see better versions of, you got to save to the cloud. And I am a dedicated offline gamer. That bothers me. But anyway, the point was, so I made a comment. Again, they're just supposed to be an original Xbox group, but I'm seeing the last few months, it's like every fucking comment or post is on the Xbox One, and they're showing like here's my new pickups, and they show like 2 original Xbox games that happen to be backwards compatible, and a bunch of 360 games are backwards compatible, and here's another 5 new Xbox One games I bought, and it's like, it started turning into an Xbox One group. It's like, I'm not into this group for the Xbox One, so I made the big mistake of making a comment, and I triggered a whole bunch of people. A couple of people were considered, I thought, were good friends of mine. One in a sense, you know, kind of apologized for it, and that's fine. It was, you know, he at least was respectful and logical about it. But I got it. People went nuts because I dared to say something bad about this blind loyalty. It's like, oh, because they love the original Xbox like I do, and they love their Xbox 360. Man, I love the 360. But just because you love those doesn't mean that every iteration of an Xbox console is going to be worth having or be good. I don't like the Xbox One. It's just, that's me. I'm not saying this to get under the skin of those that have an Xbox One, but I get ostracized. I get fucking shut down on that. And I said, you know what? I'm leaving this group. And I left not one but a couple of those groups because I get tired of the flack, because I dared to say something. Like, it's a shame that you have to, you know, to play those Xbox 360 games, you can't save locally to think, dude, you know, and what about PlayStation? They don't even have, you know, it's like, look, I'm not here to argue. I'm not a PlayStation fanboy. It just so happens this generation, I like the PS4 because it seems to be more geared towards offline gaming. Look, if you're into online gaming, the Xbox One is a wonderful console. And if I was into online co-op and multiplayer and all that shit, and that the State of Emergency, I don't know what the game is, State of Decay, I think it looks like a good zombie game, and they got a new version of it now. It looks fun, you know, but a lot of people play that online, and if I was into that game and playing online, yeah, I would get an Xbox One. But as a dedicated offline gamer, my internet was down the other day for like half a day. Again, I pay for the best. Cox Cable, whatever, I don't know what it's called. We pay for the best. The highest speed, 100 and something bucks a month for the highest speed internet. The fucking internet is down all the time. It just, I don't know, it is. And we got the best $179 router. I mean, I spent all this money. So to me, I don't like to be in, and nothing pisses me off in the middle of a game and, oh, fuck me. It just went offline again, you know? Or it's gone off the thing. And if it's offline, I can play the games, you know? But I don't, that's why I'm just a dedicated offline gamer. But anyway, I dared to say something and said it logically, said it nicely. I wasn't being an asshole. I wasn't trolling. I'm just rendering my opinion amongst friends, I thought. And I get fucking, like, everyone pulls out AR-15s and M16s and MAC-10s and Uzis, and it's like, dude. I love the Xbox too. I love my 360. I'm just making an observation on a console that I would like to get, but they're making it hard. When they're forcing me to have Xbox Gold, when they're forcing me to use their Microsoft Cloud, it's not for me. I don't like the direction that Xbox is going in. So it's this blind loyalty that everything's going to be Xbox only. God forbid, you can't have a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox, And the PS4 guys, could probably be just as bad. Some of them nut up on the X, and they love to rub it in that they've got all the exclusives and the Xbox doesn't. I mean, I don't care. To me, I just talk about what works for me. And as an offline gamer, I've got I don't know, 100 games, 80 games. I don't even know how many I have for the PS4. I got a lot of games. And every single one of them can be played offline. Off my hard drive, that's it. That was my only point. But God forbid you make that one of your groups. A shame. I miss that group. I miss posting my Xbox videos and my pickup videos and stuff in there, but I'm not going to be in a hostile environment. That pisses me off. So that is a big pet peeve of mine. This fanboy thing. I don't understand the fanboy thing. I just don't get it. I just work with what works for me. I mean, I've bought more new Chevrolets than any other car brand, but lately I'm not happy with the direction Chevy is going. I don't like their cheap plastic interiors. Their seats are fucking uncomfortable. We bought that Chevy Malibu. My wife and I both, our backs were wrecked taking that thing to LA. And we drove that Dodge Charger, that 2016 or 17 Charger, and saw how comfortable the ride was in the seats. I said, we got to get a Challenger. I got to have one of these. I know it has the same seats and basic platform, because my back can't take it. It's a shame. I love Chevys, and my wife got this, Maxima, Nissan Maxima. It's a shame. She wanted to get a new Camaro, but we don't like they got rid of the other V8s. Now you got to get the Corvette motor and spend 60-something thousand. It became unfriendly. So I'm the same thing with cars. I will switch loyal. I'm not loyal to any brand. I may appear that way on the surface, but at the end of the day, I buy what works for me. And the day may come, the new Dodge trucks, I'm not a fan of how the outside of them look. I wouldn't buy one. I may go back to Chevrolet trucks if I ever have to buy a new truck again, because I'm not a fan of what they did with the exterior styling of the new Dodge Rams, but I like the interiors, and technically there's a lot of things I like, but that's how I am. I buy what works for me. The fanboy thing, I don't get it. You can see there's a long-winded rant. I took my friend's video was 30 minutes. I'm probably going to go overboard, but that's how I am. I know a lot of you guys like, me for that reason, because I'm unscripted. You're going to get the real thing, not bullshit from me. So the fanboy thing. 10, his last one, he's got selling games and systems for more than they're worth. I think it's frustrating. It's funny, as I had to resort to eBay for a few games about a year ago that I just couldn't find locally. I looked for a couple of years locally and told my wife, and I hesitate to tell my wife, oh God, you're got another game, you're going to play this, and she goes, it's not worth all the grief I get. So I rarely ask my wife. I had her get my the Godfather 2 strategy guide for me recently, and that, because it was cheap enough, she went ahead and ordered it. But my God, I don't like to ask her. But so when I do go online and look, excuse me, it's a lot of money for a lot of the games I want. It's like people think that if it goes on eBay that they got to double the price on it. So when a poor sap like me goes on there and wants to get a game that he wants, it's a problem. It's like, well, God, do I want to spend $59 for that game? Fuck. Maybe the only chance I'm going to get it, should I get it? Because it could be $100 next year on eBay. And that drives me nuts. It's a shame. It ruins the hobby when greed comes in and people have to fucking chisel you down and just, I'll tell you what, another reason why I left one of these groups in particular, I think it was one of the Xbox groups, I forget which one it was. There was a guy that went on there, was new to the group. Hey, look, I want to start collecting games as investments so I can resell them. What games could I buy that are going to be worth a lot of money that I can get top dollar for reselling them? And it got 30-something comments of people feeding the guy what he wanted. And I made a comment in there and I'm like, really? This is everything I hate about the game, about the hobby and game collecting right here. People are in it just to see what they can greedily get out of it. Do you even play games? Are you even into gaming? Are you doing this just as a fucking investment? Because you can sell it? And people are giving you, oh yeah, buy these games. They're going up. They'll be worth a lot of money. People are giving the guy what he wants. It's like, I'm leaving this fucking group. It was one of the retro groups. I can't remember which one. I've left a bunch of them, 4 or 5 groups lately. I just said, I'm tired of it. And I left, unfortunately, the 7th Gen group because a lot of the same assholes that were on me in the fucking Xbox group are in that group too. I just like, I don't even want to see these people. I don't want to be around. I don't want to see their comments. I don't want to see their inane post. I'm not interested. I'm not in the hobby. If something keeps it from being fun or detracts from the fun in the hobby, I don't want it. I'm not interested. So it's a shame that we have to, I don't like assholes that ruin it for everyone else. And that's what, unfortunately, you'll see. You'll see with the trolling in the comments on my YouTube videos or other people's videos. You see it on Twitter and Facebook. And in these private groups, people behind the keyboard, they think they're real brave. They're assholes. In real life, come over here and say it to my face, motherfucker. It'll be a different story. Okay, now I'll add just a few pet peeves at the end here that are my own thing. I mentioned that one already, the fanboy thing I mentioned. The seal things. A lot of people with the seal. I mentioned this already, but the seal games. I always laugh at this. People are like, oh God, don't open it. Whatever you do, don't open it. And it's like, dude, it's if you bought it to play the game, open it up. But so some people will have a sealed copy, and it's like a special game to them. So they'll buy another copy, which they play, and I can see that. I mean, that makes sense. And that way they get a nice sealed backup. Looks nice on the shelf, and it's nice and shiny and new, I guess. I mean, I can see the attraction. It's not like I don't understand it, but people take it a little too far, I think. Games are to open to have fun. Same with the collectibles. I rip them open. I want to see them. I want to hold them and play with the Hot Wheels. I don't want to just keep them in the case forever. I do like my Miami Vice Hot Wheels. Because the cases themselves look so nice on the shelf, I kind of left them in the cases. But with few exceptions, most of the things like collectibles, I rip them right out of the box. And either throw the box out, or I might save the box if it looks like it's a special box. But what else do we got here? Oh, the selling games in pieces. This is interesting. So I just mentioned that I've got these, these are 2 games I'm going to have to find manuals. Now, there are people that will buy up games and then purposely take the disc out, sell it separately on eBay, take the manual out, sell it separately on eBay, sell the case on eBay, and that's how I found my Return Fire. One guy was selling the box, another guy I think was selling the manual, and it took I had to spend a lot of money to have that complete game. So in a way it's serving a purpose, and there's a whole list of, but I mean most of the time Jeremy goes, I can buy the game right now. Now Metal Jesus or someone said, oh, just buy the game. You can always get the manual later. I don't like to do that because quite often either you can't get the manual or they want way too much for it, because like, you want the manual? Here you are. You want a nice complete game? Come get it. You're going to pay up the ass for it. I don't like that, so I'd rather just wait. I'll pass on it. What's sad is I'll probably have to rebuy both of these games. But the beauty is I can take these down in my dimples. They'll still give me money for them, even though they're missing the manuals, just not as much. Or I can give them to a friend that doesn't really care. They just want the game itself. But I do like my manuals, but people that purposely break all the shit down so they can sell it and make more money, it's kind of a pet peeve of mine, but it does serve a purpose to some extent, I guess. Some games pieces. Okay. Now this is interesting. And my friend Jeremy just mentioned this to me. We were talking about people that collecting. Now he's got a beautiful collection, Jeremy, huge collection. And he had someone that approached him, hey, I love your Xbox collection. It just looks so good. It's funny. And then Jeremy, he says, I want to start collecting I want to get a complete North American Xbox collection just like you. And my friend Jeremy asked him, do you like the original Xbox? Not really. I played the PS2, but I kind of like your videos. It looks like it'd be neat to collect for. I want to get a full collection. And it's like, I mean, why are you collecting? Are you collecting it because it's popular? It's the in thing? I mean, You collecting it because it's going to give it a status symbol? Oh, I got a complete, North American collection. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, some people, if you really are passionate, now I do love the original Xbox, and if money wasn't an option, and if I had the room, I still wouldn't get a whole collection. I don't care about the Barbie games and a lot of the different genres. I'm just not into it. So for me, even if I had the money in the room, I personally wouldn't do it, but I can kind of see the attraction. Now, some game systems, it's actually doable. You could probably get all of them, in a series, for depending what the games are or the system is. It's possible that you could get everything, but it just depends. But for others that just jump on the bandwagon because it's the in thing to do. Oh, hi, Vinny. How you doing? How you doing, my boy? Vinny Corleone. He's the one I named my YouTube channel after. Just turned 9 years old recently. He's a good boy. Good boy. So that's kind of a pet peeve that people just get it. And what it's doing is it's raising the prices. Now it's becoming in to collect video games. So people are doing it just because it's the in thing to do, and it's driving up the prices. Now, some people will bag on Metal Jesus. Every time he does a hidden gems video, the prices go up. I hate that motherfucker, and it's people like, you're angry at him and others, John Hancock, whoever, that do these kind of videos and talking about their favorites. I mean, Metal Jesus doesn't have to disclose what his favorite games are. In fact, that's how I got that Downhill Domination and Splashdown Rides Gone Wild was based off from his PlayStation 2 collection video, and I'm glad I listened to it. I don't like most of the games that he mentioned in that video, but there were a few I kind of added to my list, and Xbox list as well. That's cool. And what I do is I'll take the time to research. I'll watch several old retro reviews of that Xbox game or PlayStation 2 game, and I go, ooh, yeah, I like this. It's got some great gameplay. This John at God Games, has a lot of original Xbox gameplay. Just gameplay with no commentary. He just shows high quality gameplay video right from the beginning. You can kind of see what the menus look like and what the game looks like. You can kind of determine if it looks like something you'd have fun with, and then you can buy it. But I don't blindly just buy every game because it's on Metal Jesus says it's worth getting. Those are his favorites. Doesn't mean they're going to be my favorites. People need to have some wisdom and discernment with some of this stuff. But that's pretty much it. I mentioned here you got guys buying up all the copies and consoles. I see in the Xbox groups the guys that buy up. The guy's got a stack of like 200 original Xbox games. It's like, geez, that's not why he can't find one, because you're buying them all up, People love to just buy up a particular thing so they can corner the market on it and own it. That's one of my only real pet peeves. I don't think I have that many more. I have other pet peeves with gaming as far as, political correctness and politics getting into gaming. That certainly is a thing. The streaming thing is another random thing. I don't get the streaming. I don't get it. I come home and someone's going, okay, I'm going to start streaming this game now, And I've watched one of them. My friend Glenn over in the UK, he did a stream of that World War II Call of Duty game. Just because I was just curious what the game looked like. I watched it, and then I found I was obviously streaming the multiplayer. And it was fun to watch him do the different multiplayer maps. I said, well, it probably gives you an idea at least of what's kind of in the single-player game. And it was fun. I watched it, interacted with him on the stream. I can see what people... I just don't get the streaming thing. To me, I just like to archive it, And people are going that used to be on YouTube, and now it's like, well, you can follow me on Twitch. I'm going to be streaming this on there, and it's like, my time is limited. I come home, I can't ever line the planets up and be off all day to sit and watch someone stream of something. And then if I do watch it, they're going to continue it the next night. That night I'm doing something else. My wife wants to watch a TV show with me or something, and I can't follow the streams. I just don't get the streaming thing. I don't see the popularity. Everyone's like just jumping on the thing. I mean, you can put in the comments your opinions on that as well as these other issues. What is it that are pet peeves of yours? Do you have things that just baffle you, that just like, what the fuck, you don't get it? That bother you about the hobby in general, game collecting? I'd love to hear it. If there's anything that I've missed, or you think, oh, Dean, you missed this one or that one, please put it down in the comments. It's a fun thing. I don't want it to be turned into a big negativity thing, but it can be fun. I try to have fun with this one a little bit and kind of poke fun at some of those issues, because it can be, sometimes I'm fascinated with why people are the way they are, why they sell things or why they don't take care of things or whatever. I find it kind of interesting at times. What do you see, Benny? You see a bug over there? You see a bug? He goes crazy with birds. He sees birds out the window, squirrels, a fly in the house. You can have hours of fun chasing bugs and stuff. So funny. Anyway, guys, I'm glad that I wanted to do this thing. I'll have a link for the Couch Potatoes video down below. He goes over the points very clearly and kind of breaks it all down logically. And I just wanted to kind of reiterate it with my own spin on it, because I thought it was kind of fun. It's kind of a fun topic. There's so many pet peeves in the hobby and in the industry that we can rant about. I try to keep it more positive and fun, but put down there, I'd love to hear what you have to say. If there's things that drive you crazy about game collecting, or Facebook groups, or social media with gamers in general, anything that bugs you with it, I'd love to hear it in the comments down below. I try to respond to everyone's comments. Sometimes I can't respond right away. Sometimes I'll post a video and then that night my wife and I are going out, so I'll check it periodically. I'll usually like or love the comment, and then when I can the next day maybe, then I'll sit down and lovingly go through each thing and respond. But I always take the time to read the comments, and I love responding to them and interacting with my friends. It's really why I do, YouTube. It's a fun thing to do. I love the interaction. I love the camaraderie, the comrades in the hobby that enjoy it for the same reasons. I've learned so much from you guys, and some people, have learned a few things from me, and I'll have a link for my my sticker removal thing down below too as well. So thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful weekend. I'm looking forward to getting back into my Godfather 2 again this weekend. I'm having so much fun with it. And I've got some other games. I'm thinking of playing that Top Gun, Unlocked or whatever it is, real soon too. I just pulled that out and installed it last night. I try to overlap my games. I'll play one game, and then while I'm playing Godfather 2, I'm playing, Need for Speed Shift also at the same time. And when I have limited time, I'll put Need for Speed Shift in. If I get 3 or 4 hours, I can sink into it. I'll put my Godfather 2 in. I'm having a ball with the 360 right now. So have a great time, guys. Enjoy your weekend ahead, and just enjoy those games in the hobby. It's so much fun, and that's why we're in it, to have fun. That's what this is all about. When it stops being fun, then I'll probably stop doing it. But I'm having too much fun with it right now. So thanks for watching.